So, Resident Evil 2 came out in 2019, I believe, right around the beginning. This is actually the game where I first got my newer graphics card to play it, which is kind of funny. It's a 2070. I got it specifically because this game murdered my old graphics card, funny enough. So, we're going to be playing new game with Leon. I don't know if I specifically want to do hardcore or not because it's been a while, so I'll probably just play standard. Given that it's been a while, it's been about 2.5 to 3 years since I played this game, let alone on hardcore. Yeah, Resident Evil 2, pretty critically acclaimed. A lot of people ended up liking 2, was followed up by 3 as everyone knows, and 3 was a little bit less acclaimed, myself included. I think 3 is okay from a core perspective, but from an actual full project, it was rather lackluster. 2 was still kind of panned in areas, specifically from the absolutely shredded B scenarios and lack of interaction between Leon and Claire throughout the scenarios, which is true. They did cut out quite a bit for 2, but it still felt like it had more substance than 3.
Come on, just getting good.
Personally, I still give 2 a more positive favoring review, just because it feels like a more full game. It took me longer, it has more content, so I didn't find it overtly terrible. They did switch up some stuff, like with Sherry and a little bit in the scenarios, and Mr. X just always constantly chasing your ass now. So, it is interesting. They did switch up some stuff, like enough to make it more than just like copy and paste. Yeah, they even gave the trucker a backstory from Resident Evil 2, which is kind of funny. They give him more of a backstory anyways, instead of, that guy's a maniac, why'd he bite me? That sort of thing. I do find this intro a bit more interesting instead of, like as far as stuff they did better than the original. I would say that I like the intro where it doesn't just, you never have control until you're in the thick of it. In this one, it kind of lets you dip your toes in, so to speak. So you don't just start in the middle of like a raging inferno surrounded by zombies, which was cool, admittedly, but not the best for story building or tension building, that sort of thing. It's just kind of like throwing yourself into the deep end of the pool.
That's weird.
So I will say I like this intro a bit better in the remake. Though it is kind of weird that we're just like in a gas station in the middle of nowhere. Like, if I had to question one thing about it, where did the other zombie come from? Because yeah, there's no other cars here. There's just the sheriff. Also, Leon's license plate says Matilda. I thought that was a cute little Easter egg. And hamburgers, Ms. Oil. Which actually, they ended up putting Elza Walker's costume into this, but that was a big thing with Claire back in the originals, was the whole motorcycle Elza Walker change.
Something's not right.
Which I do need to eventually check out. Resident Evil 1.5. People have been doing that stuff. And then herb ice cream. They have green, red, and blue. It's kind of funny. But I do need to eventually check out Resident Evil 1.5. Because that was where Claire's whole motorcycle biker persona came from, was Elza Walker. So, eventually I'll check it out. Also, that guy's an asshole. He just closed the door right behind us. Like, what the hell? But I understand where the officer came from, but where did the zombie come from? Is it just like some wandering vagrant guy happened to be a zombie? I don't know. It's weird.
Freeze! I'll shoot! Shit! Shit.
Yeah, we've got this pot shot mechanic that we can end up using. It helps out a lot. Just increases our aim. Does a teeny bit more damage, I think. I'm not entirely certain, honestly. But it does make our aim basically pinpoint, so it's very good to use.
What the?
And yeah, I don't know where all these zombies decided to show up from, but they did. And then Claire.
Don't shoot! Get down!
God, I wish my gun was as effective as it is in the cutscenes.
You alright?
Although, fun fact, there is a mod that I saw for this game where it does make headshots insta-kill. So, I guess if anybody ever wants to play it like that, it is an option. And the zombies are like 50 times dumber in the cutscenes. It's kind of fun. Intro's not too long, but, you know. I mean, it's not bad either. Like I said in the original, we never even got to play through that,
Hopefully
so
they'll have some answers at the police station.
pretty nice that they give you the option.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah. Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Live around here?
No.
I do remember a lot of people being very upset with Claire's redesign too.
Well,
I don't personally have any problems with it, but
I don't know what to
I did
expect.
like her old vest and stuff. But I do still like the red jacket that she has now. Old Claire was kind of a favorite, not my most favorite character. That would probably either be Jill or Becca, but I just played the shit out of 1 more so than anything. Like Resident Evil 1, like the original one, not the remake, was kind of like a guilty pleasure. I know it was bad, but it was, well, it wasn't bad, but it was like campy, like hammed it up, that sort of thing. So I did enjoy that, especially. This game is very, very pretty. They definitely put a lot into visuals. Not that, well, I really care about graphics, but I will give credit where credit is due and say it is very pretty. Resident Evil 2, though, is kind of like Resident Evil 3 in the same fact that I had problems with not really getting to see a whole lot of the city. But to be fair for Resident Evil 2, the majority of it took place in the R.P.D, the sewers, and the underground lab. So you didn't really see much of Raccoon City. So I can give it a pass on that. Resident Evil 3, however, I was a bit more harsh with because it takes place a majority in the streets of Raccoon City, like around the place. So I was a little disappointed in the lack of seeing Raccoon City. But
If we're the only one.
2 gets a bit more of a pass.
Survivors. It's a big city. There has to be.
And I do like the dynamic between Claire and Leon. I just wish there was more. Like, that was a big problem that a lot of people had was, you know, Claire and Leon don't really say much. They're just kind of like, woohoo, I see you again, and then part ways.
We're walking from here.
And that's kind of what they did in the original, but they had more interactions. Like, it felt like they were actually in the same boat. They talked,
More
They-
like running.
do things.
Call.
In this one, you kind of just walk up to a fence, say, hey, how's it going? Don't get eaten.
We gotta back up.
And then they walk away for 2 hours, and then you see them again eventually. Except for maybe a phone call here and there. And our trucker's back.
Holy shit. There, get out. Get out now!
I do wonder where they're intending to go if they do get out, regardless. It seems like it'd be kind of hard to get out with a shitload of zombies on your car and not get bitten. I guess your other option is getting rammed into the back and having your back broken into. So, pick your poison. And just like the original, get hit by a truck, shit explodes.
Claire!
And somehow,
Claire, you okay?
Claire ends up okay, Leon ends up okay, neither of us have broken spines.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Fun times.
You.
Can't stay
And then
here,
in the
stop
B
there.
scenario, we don't even get to play from the other side of the fire, really. We just kind of end up in the station.
I'll be there. This is out of control.
But now we have our little jog through Raccoon City, which, again, oh yeah, and Araka's, which is a reference to the original Sakura from Street Fighter. But yeah, we get to do our little
It's everybody.
jog through Raccoon City here for a teeny bit. But it always makes me want, like, this is the main reason I would like
Station.
an Outbreak remake. If I could play through Raccoon City like this with somebody else, with zombies and stuff like this, and just see the pretty ass city, and just play through it, God, that would make me so happy. Like, just imagine being able to survive with friends in Raccoon City. And it's like a middle-sized city, so it's not tiny. They say it themselves that it's pretty decently big. Like, even if you look out over the landscape, it's, well, the landscape that currently is not there. It's decently big. Like, it's not tiny, it's middle-sized, so it's got decent potential going for it. And Resident Evil Outbreak showed that there's many locations and like different places here. So it can be a really nice, interesting place. I just kind of wish they would capitalize on it. I don't know what the popularity of Outbreak is.
There has to be
In fact, I
someone
never really got to play Outbreak online back when, because I didn't have good internet until like 2007. Because living in the sticks, you don't have a lot of options. So I never got to experience the original Outbreak with people, which is sad. I would have really liked to. But PlayStation 2, bad internet, only had the worst dial-up that you can probably get. It was bad.
I gotta find that guy.
But I can still hold out hope that eventually, maybe, just maybe, we might get an Outbreak remake. And I can finally enjoy it in all of its glory. And again, I do know about the whole private server Outbreak thing, but I'm kind of talking about the magicness, magical nature of being able to play a game where nobody really knows what they do. But let's be real. Everyone knows what they're doing on those Outbreak private servers. Like, I'm sure everyone and their mother does. Because, one, they have to go through the effort of it. And two, well, if they're going through the effort of it, they obviously care about the game and probably played the shit out of it, so. I would kind of like to do it whenever not a whole lot of people know what they're doing, more so. It's kind of why I like doing blind stuff, blind playthroughs, even though this isn't blind, but it has been long enough to where it basically is. I do still remember overarching things, but it is why I like doing blind, because there's just something magical about figuring stuff out as you go, instead of just knowing everything.
Jesus.
So, it is nice to play whenever nobody knows what they're doing.
I'll get you out.
just for the simplicity that nobody knows what they're doing. So there's not really somebody there just being like, why are you doing this? Like, you should be doing this. Like, nobody knows. Nobody knows what to do. And there's something magical about figuring it out with other people. And there's nobody there to say, well, I know exactly what to do, just follow exactly what I say. So it's kind of nice to just figure stuff out like that. At least that's my weird, ranty 2 cents while he gets ripped in half. Classic. Officer's notebook. And it's drawings with medallions, and yeah, we need to use that for later. And we can actually make this zombie do a unique animation of trying to get us over the desk. So he's a bit slower. But we got a chain there, so we can't go through that door. Now this door, or this in particular, you can actually just hug the right here and avoid them. So that is one trick I do remember from back when. Very handy. And this certified badass is Marvin! Marvin Branagh.
Thanks.
He's not telling us our party has been cancelled, but
Leon Kennedy. There was
I still like Marvin. Unfortunately, well, he's, you know, kind of doomed. Just by looking at him.
I'm sure you did what you could, Leon.
Does anyone know what started this?
Not a clue. But honestly, all you need to know is that
I could see Marvin being like the supervisor that I would go for.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to start
He seems like a really good dude.
Stay away.
Even in the
Sooner.
little that we see him, really.
That's all that matters.
Okay, Lieutenant, I'm ready.
Hopefully you'll be able to find.
Oh yeah, and a fun little detail with Marvin looking in this book that I'll show in a second.
He thought this secret passageway might do the trick.
See how he touched the book? Left his blood stains in it?
This is good news.
Well, they weren't in there before.
No, I am not the priority here.
Lieutenant, I'm not just gonna leave you here.
I'm giving you an order, rookie. You save yourself first. I'd come with you, but I'd just slow you down. Now, you'll need this.
I can't take him.
Stop. And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
To Marvin's credit on that, though, he did run into the really weird, rare zombie that could actually talk, which, you know, was Brad, so little unfortunate for him. Like, I don't think you're really gonna know that one of them can talk. And we have our infinite weapons and stuff, but I'm not gonna use them. Again, I did play this game quite a bit whenever it came out, but don't really care to use infinite weapons and stuff. Most times, even whenever I unlock them in games, I never really use them. I just find them boring.
This is not how I imagined.
I do like glitches and stuff for shits and giggles, just because it's a new way to try and mess with the game. But as for infinite weapons and all of that, nah, I don't really care. Don't really go for it. We do have this pretty infamous scene, though, which I do enjoy. And I don't give a shit about being demonetized because I don't make any money anyway, so here it is. gooey.
What?
And also this guy. So yeah, if anybody has seen Resident Evil 3 Remake, Carlos's section, that's actually the aftermath. So we can see what happened to those guys in all their detail. And record of events. September 25th, we're turning the station into a temporary shelter due to a massive sudden outbreak. All police personnel have been instructed to make the safety to the citizens their top priority as we try to accommodate as many of them as possible. September 25th, addendum. One of the refugees attacked us in the middle of the night, resulting in the death of one officer and injuring 3 others. The person in question was quickly detained, or restrained. We believe this was simply a case of someone snapping under intense stress. September 26th, the mob attacked the station today, resulting in a number of casualties. A few survivors were able to make it safely behind the emergency shutters. But surrounded as we are, it'll be hard for any of us to escape this place. We're not sure we can fix any of our comm equipment, so we remain cut off from the outside world. September 27th, there was another clash on the west side of the station around 1 p.m. 12 people died and there is only a handful of survivors left. Everything is falling into disarray here. David Ford. And we have our police station map. So, anytime you see blue, it means that you've cleared the area of searchables. So if you remember that little fact. And also the officer's notebook, where Marvin had his bloody handprints aren't actually showing. Don't know why, but got his bloody fingerprint all over our damn book. Which we can go back here, get some ammo. And then this little bit of comedy right here. Oh, nice. Got a crit. I wouldn't count on getting that too often. It doesn't happen all the time, but whenever it does, it is nice. Oh, yes, and this zombie. Which actually, for this window, I do like to board up. I don't really care to do the west wing, or whatever you want to call it. But this window in particular becomes a pain in the ass later if you don't board it up. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that. There's also these lockers, which gunpowder is in 2 now. Originally, 2 didn't have gunpowder, but 3 did. But they decided to introduce the 2. That into a full heal. Leon doesn't say anything about the cameras, but he does have the dark room here where he can do photo development. So we just grab everything out of here. And that zombie literally can't get in that window anymore, so we don't need to worry about it. This lady right here. Okay, well, he's just gonna do that. Kind of forgot that the knife was a quick thing in this one. Don't need to equip it. We can go back down here and get rid of him. And again, that zombie can't get in the window anyways, so we don't need to worry about him. And to say the knife is good in this one would be an understatement. The knife is actually tied to FPS in this one, so the higher your FPS, technically the higher the knife damage. Which is strange, but you can actually do a shit ton of damage if you happen to have a high FPS. Which a lot of speedrunners actually do, because, well, to say that it makes the first Birkin fight a joke is kind of an understatement. But here we have our portable safes. Go ahead and figure this real quick. So, got this going for us. See where everything ends up. It was like, it's this, then it's like this. So it's X up here and then this down here. Easy enough. But that'll give us a key. We can use that in a bit. Portable safe instructions. Press a button to light up its corresponding lamp. Light them all to open the safe. The buttons must be pressed in a certain order. Pressing a single button out of order will cause all the lights to go out, and you will need to start the sequence over again. So yeah, basically just do what I did. Obviously. But we can go up to the 3rd floor, which actually has a cool little scare right here with this doll. I always kind of like that. And we get the spade key. But with the spade key, well, we can't open that locker yet. I'm kind of playing this in the way that I don't know the locker combos. I technically do for some of them. I at least remember the combinations, but not specifically which ones they go to. Like there's one for Cap, there's DCM, and there's MRG, but I don't remember particularly where some of them go. Like which ones, anyways. We've got a book here, Medical Benefits of Herbs. Humans have used herbs to treat sickness and disease since the dawn of time. In this book, we will explore 3 such herbs native to Arklay Mountains. Green herbs have the ability to heal basic injuries, while blue herbs have long been used to treat poisoning. As for red herbs, while they are visually appealing, they offer no medicinal benefits, or so it was thought until recently. It's well known that combining herbs together produces blends that heighten the herb's effect, but it has been discovered that red herbs can play a big role when mixed properly. According to one doctor of Asian medicine, mixing blue and red herbs together produces a blend that strengthens one's constitution. Truly, have only just begun to realize the full potential of these herbs and their ability to heal the human body. Further research is sure to yield even more fascinating results. Whenever I read that line the first time, I remember it was like further research may yield interesting results. I was like, are they going to have like purple herbs and stuff? Like, what's going down here? But they never really had anything else. I don't remember if this guy's alive. Yes, he is.
What the hell?
Now he's not. So that's good. I don't think there was one in here in this occasion. Nope. Okay. But yeah, I thought they would have like different kinds of herbs, so kind of messed with me. Storage locker terminal memo. It appears that the keypad of the locker's terminal is missing a few keys. I suggest that the person responsible for this mess find some spare keys and fix this right now. You know who you are, bastard. Who else would fuck it up this badly? It tells me it'd be like Brad or something, just being forgetful. I guess we should see what we have. So, have 102 for gunpowder, 103 for a knife, 106 for film roll, and 109 for bullets, 208 for shotgun shells, and 203 for a side pack. So it really doesn't matter which key we use here. So I'll just put it on 2. And then 102. Then we'll have 106. Not back 106. I think it was 109 on the other. Then we had like 206. Maybe. Which one was it? 203 and then 208. that was it. So 208. Can just grab all of this stuff. Because why not? But yeah, as for the other part of the note, with the strengthening one's constitution, they actually made blue herbs have an effect outside of being poisoned, which kudos, because after poison enemies don't exist, blue herbs literally have no usage. So they made them have a usage. They actually strengthen your defense so you can take more hits. And commemorative photo. So he's got a book and a scepter. But yeah, they strengthen your defense so you can take more hits. I think it's like 25%. It's like 25 or 50% damage reduction for a certain amount of time. You're supposed to be dead. I guess you double faked. Or triple faked, maybe. Either way, it doesn't matter. You're dead now. And unless you kill him, don't believe him. And even if you do kill him, don't believe him. Because more often than not, they can be faking it. Uses of gunpowder. Handgun ammo, gunpowder times 2. Shotgun shells, gunpowder, and high-grade gunpowder, yellow. Mag ammo, high-grade gunpowder, yellow times 2. There's not a lot of ammo left around the station, so make good use of any gunpowder you find. Different guns require different ammo, so pay attention when you're combining things or you won't get what you need. Yeah, it's basically just telling you, hey, don't suck ass. By that I mean don't combine things wrong.
Do this.
Just back up and let him come to us.
Jesus.
I do like the little pot shot mechanic, so then you have to take extra time to deal with enemies. He's dead, so don't have to worry about that. But yeah, the little pot shot mechanic I'd equate to like Fatal Frame's 0 shots and stuff, where you have to wait and have enemies get closer to you. But operations report, September 28th, 2:30 a.m. It's down to just me and 3 others. No weapons, no ammo, and too many skirmishes have drained us mentally and physically. We're not gonna make it. Officer Phillips once suggested we escape through the sewers. Apparently there's a secret tunnel under this place left over from the museum days. Which Officer Phillips is a reference to Rita Phillips from Resident Evil Outbreak, so that little bit of Easter egg. I brushed her idea off before, but now it's not sounding all that bad. Yeah, there's no proof there's even a tunnel or that the sewers aren't infested with zombies, but I don't want to sit here and wait to die either. It's a long shot, but I'm going to try and find what I can about the tunnel. Elliot Edward. Which, we know what happened to Elliot because, well, he's dead. Rookie's first assignment. Leon S. Kennedy, we're putting you on a very special case for your first assignment. Your mission is to unlock your desk. The key to your success is in the initials of our first names. Input the letters in order of our desks. There are 2 locks, one on each side of your desk. Make sure you get them both. Basically, your first task is to remember your fellow officers' names, but you figured that much out, right? Good luck, Leon. By the way, it might take a little work to get Scott to give you a straight answer. Leon, Lieutenant Branagh, scrawled in the corner between drops of blood. Be glad you're not here, rookie. And that was giving a hint here. We have Marvin, Rita, and then Scott. Well, he's an asshole, so he knocked his thing down. George Scott. So MRG. Then the other side, we have David, Elliot Edward, and Neil Carlson. So Ned. And we can go ahead and open the desk. And high capacity magazine for the Matilda. And it's us! Anyway. Now we have that. We can go ahead and use the spade key here. Hello, Marvin, where you been?
There you are. Come here. Take a look.
Yes.
And Claire just like awkwardly staring into the gate like,
Yeah. Name's Claire.
hey, is anybody ever gonna answer?
You can get to that courtyard. Through the second floor. East side.
I'm on it. Thanks, Lieutenant.
You know, lieutenant is always one of those weird words that I think about because some places pronounce it lieutenant, and we say lieutenant. I really want to know what got that shit all kinds of messed up for everyone in the end. But we do have the statue here, which is the lion. So we're going to go ahead and check out what we have for here, which is lion, branch, bird. So, lion, branch, bird. And then it'll give us this medallion. So just to keep that out of our inventory, we can go down here and put it in. Because, well, I'm not really worried about carrying a damn medallion everywhere.
So Elliot was right.
Yeah, but the passage isn't open yet.
And we can go ahead and put our gunpowder and stuff in here. I don't want to get rid of the high capacity magazine yet because we can just equip that after we shoot some zombies. And then have it. So it'll get rid of a spot on its own. Yeah, he said we need to go over here. East side. There is a safe right here, but technically, quote unquote, I don't know the combination. And then we have a guide pamphlet. Welcome to Raccoon City. Did you know while we are the home of pharmaceutical giant Umbrella Corporation, Raccoon City is a vibrant and dynamic city with a long, rich history of its own. In this guide, we'll introduce you to just a few of the more unusual points of interest our city has to offer. Raccoon City Police Station. The building in the center of town wasn't always a police station. In fact, it used to be an art museum. Various features like the unusual clock tower and the goddess statue in the main hall remind us of a bygone era. Orphanage. Just a few blocks from the police station is an orphanage founded and run by the Umbrella Corporation with the help of generous donations from businesses and citizens alike. The building is known for its stained glass window, which attracts visitors from around the world. And if anybody puts two and two together with Umbrella and having access to children, yeah, they probably do some fucked up things. Like, everything. And this is going to be important. It's our weapon locker key, so we're going to grab that. And art article, the Redstone. The ruby that captivated Edward the Black Prince. The pearl that the Queen of the Nile milked dry. The diamond that led a queen to the guillotine. There is no end to the number of tales related to the appeal of jewels. This mysterious redstone is simply the latest to sparkle among them. Like those other jewels, this one's origin is unknown. It's said that it once adorned a noblewoman's jeweled box and was even dedicated to a wise king. This fall, this stone that's long been shrouded in legend will be displayed during auction. There are sure to be many eager enthusiasts there. But, dear reader, one would do well to approach with care, for devilry lies in beauty's shadow. This jewel has turned caring nobles who love their subjects into despots more terrible than Caligula, and we have the tales to prove it. Seriously, it's precisely because these jewels are bathed in blood that their luster stirs something in the hearts of people everywhere. And it's trying to tell us that, yeah, the king boy here, he's got some messed up shit. We can leave his hand here for now. Don't really care or need to worry about it. we kind of just need a book for it, so we can just leave it. It's already in the location that it needs to be. But I do need to make some space for a particular key item. I kind of picked up the weapon card and forgot all the other stuff, so I'm not too worried about getting the shotgun yet, but if anybody wanted to, they could. You can go ahead and put that in there. It's fine. And we're going to go ahead and see Claire, who's obviously just going to be standing in front of the damn gate, like doing nothing for some reason. I don't really know why. She's just kind of like very content with sitting there until somebody comes along and says hello, I guess. It's odd. And yeah, Pilot had a good time. Very, very good driving. We can leave that green herb there for now. We'll be passing by this place a shitload, so it doesn't really matter.
Leon?
Claire! Hold on! I'll be right there!
Again, the Reach engine that Capcom has does make some pretty ass, like, graphics. Though, for some reason, it likes Swiss cheesing hair and other thin particles, and I have no idea why.
It's so nice.
It takes a little bit of finessing to make it where it doesn't Swiss cheese hair.
I'm in one piece.
I don't know. I think it's just something to do with the super fidelity, like, setting that they have. It literally just
But how
puts holes in strand materials.
Surviving?
It's odd.
That's good.
Yeah.
Any luck with your brother?
No, not yet.
Claire, don't...
But yeah, they're just having, like, weird little idle chit-chat while she's locked out of the building and big-ass explosions. I don't know. It's weird.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
I like their banter, but they don't really get a whole lot,
Claire,
and it's kind of weird in situations.
You take care of yourself.
Don't get me wrong. Still like the game. It's just
now.
little weird things.
Okay. Let's get through this. Both of us.
And she goes walking off into the crowd.